Stop it. Where'd you go? There's Laurie. Hi, Laurie. Can you hear us?
Hi, yes.
Jonathan, are you there?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, I might go in and out. I'm on my way back from Brattleboro, so
Are you the 379-8000 number?
that's me.
Okay, because you were you before, so.
I was, but I called in because I was afraid there wasn't going to be enough service.
Okay. We're waiting for Ivan right now.
Okay.
How do you feel, Lori?
I'm much better. Still,
good.
still a little, tired, I guess is the word. But I'm taking it easy.
Yeah, that's the exhaustion factor is so wild.
It is wild.
Yeah. Just when you think, oh, I'll go do something,
Yeah.
forget it.
Yeah, exactly. Like when you thought you were out of shape before.
Yeah,
Now
right.
it's like walking up a hill and you're winded.
Yeah,
But
don't
all
overdo it.
good. Much better than last week. So thank you for asking.
Good.
Just call him because he might have forgotten.
We were thinking that might be the case. You calling him?
Yeah.
I can look out the parking lot once I'm calling him.
It's hard to do this Zoom when you can't see everybody. I don't know if
Are you seeing us, right?
No, I suppose that GNAT will go live on the camera in the town hall, but it's not at the moment. It's just there.
Maybe we
GNAT.
haven't opened it up.
No,
Oh.
I haven't.
Yeah,
Okay.
it will.
Okay,
We're waiting for Ivan.
that makes sense. Thanks.
Not picking up his phone. Oh. Okay. Should we start without you or you want us to wait for you? Okay, great. Bye. Said we should start without.
All right, give me a second here then.
Recording in progress.
Hi, Lori.
You are, hello.
You can see us now.
Yes.
All right, we'll call the meeting to order. And do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Start it.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible.
Liberty and justice for all. So we have two select board members on Zoom tonight. One's on the phone, one's on Zoom. And so if we have any split votes, we would have to do a roll call.
Okay,
Other than that, you don't need to do.
okay, great. So a second agenda item is the ongoing review of 2027 draft budget.
So in the in the packet you got, I sent out a memo where we are, what's changed since the last discussion.
Yeah.
So we replaced the several clean expenses line items, which is lines 154, 215, and 324. To reflect the elimination of the cleaning contractor vendor and replace it with a part-time employee. This is an overall cost reduction of about $25,000.
Great.
And then we've added the increased revenue from the local option tax.
Mhm.
The new share is now 75-25, up from 70-30. So we get another 5% of our own money back. So this increased line 418 by 75,000. Make sure I get the same number. Sometimes Mike adds a number and it skews everything. Let me just make sure I get the right number here. Dave,
Page 18. No,
418, yeah, okay, so that's gone up from 875,000 to 950,000. And then, line 419, right after it, the meals and alcohol tax, that goes from 550 to 575,000. So, those are the two big items. We regrouped the fire department capital account to, the capital expenses line 410. Jonathan, you had asked for that, and now it's grouped in there.
right.
Thank you.
So it's right after the police vehicle reserve and the highway equipment transfer fund. So they're all together, there's just a break line there, that's all. And just to wanted to remind the board that the Habitat for Humanity had said that they were seeking an increase in their appropriation up from 2,400 to 5,000. So that's the changes since last time.
You got GNAT in there, right? Line 340.
Yeah, 340. Yep.
So
Right, I'm sorry about that, you're right. Yeah.
I was listening.
Paid attention.
Yeah, GNAT's going, just for everybody out there, increased from 2,000 to 7,175. Not a voted appropriation, but a line item in the budget,
Mhm.
line 340.
I don't see any other changes that really, I think this is all what we discussed last week.
Yep.
So, I mean, I know he's not there yet, but I mean, are we at this point, are we looking for a motion? Is there any more discussion?
It's open to the board. Any questions? And public if they want.
Oh.
Question.
I'll move to approve the budget as provided.
Nobody is.
Second. Then you
I'm
can,
not ready. I personally am not ready to second. I think I want to wait to see if we're going to get any other input. I also think we should wait because Ivan usually has something he might want to address, maybe.
Yeah.
That's just me, Jonathan, and somebody else can second. I don't know
Yeah, hi, this is Lori. I'd like to wait for Ivan as well.
did you say how long it would be?
He said as soon as possible.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Just had a question about Weinstein's.
I think you should go up to the podium
Yeah,
because
sorry, I
so
can't hear you.
Mike will be able to hear you. And no, and if GNAT is taping, they'll be able to hear you too.
Oh. Gotta go back through it again, but I think there was an account that you took out of the revenue side because of unrealized gains.
I think we were accounting for a line item that shouldn't have been there.
Yeah, I think we had that discussion last time about, we thought we could put that in there, but we couldn't. It was an accounting issue where it's not a,
Correct. Revenue side versus.
and you could probably explain it better than I
I mean,
can.
it'd be one thing if it were like interest income or dividends that we actually received, but this was just appreciation of an account and marking how much it had appreciated, but nothing had been sold yet or realized. So, you wouldn't count that as revenue.
Right.
My only question was there a way to mark to market part of that asset, to pick it up? I'm sure it's marked
Yeah,
in your.
you know, we have an accounting of all of the capital accounts that we have that are invested, and we did like a separate review of those balances, which we do fairly regularly.
Was on the balance sheet,
Yeah.
but not on the revenue.
Right. But that wouldn't be, any appreciation at any given time wouldn't be a revenue. It's unless it's sold and then,
It's a realized gain.
yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Last year, we approved the budget, but there was a question, I think, the fire department, we mistakenly or left out the air packs, is that right? So are they happy this year with where we are at this point and they wouldn't feel there'd be an omission? If they didn't, if we were to pass a budget, would that be premature?
We haven't changed, yeah, we have not changed their budget since they came in on that Friday at the rec park.
Right, and we're not expecting them to feel as though they have another opportunity to make sure.
Right. They asked for that in case their budget had been changed and it hasn't.
And it hasn't.
Right. And just to reference that piece, I think we have it on there about after that first meeting, but when we discussed it at the second meeting, there was a second year payment that we had not included in as an expense. So we've added that now. So it's a 3-year for those air packs.
Oh, go, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's probably toward the end here. Let me get to it.
Is it line 173? Equipment acquisition? Or is that the SC?
No.
Those are full turnouts.
It's probably towards the back at the end. Let's see. Where the payments are.
I think it was the very last line.
Yeah, I've gotten rid of some of the little comments on the side there so you could see it a little easier, but
The 172 is the Circlone air compressor. Those aren't the,
Those are the operating expenses. This is a payment.
under operating and, sorry. Go back again. Thursday.
oh, yeah, last time.
You have Mike on the line. Does he know where it is?
Yeah. Mike. He's driving, I think.
There he is. Good. We just have been, we kind of talked about the changes that were made. Scott put them together in a memo from the discussions last
Oh,
time.
there it is, okay.
And,
So line 172.
172.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And it actually had been the digital radio lease, but that was wrong and
Yeah, so we
it was the air.
retitled that, yeah.
Yeah.
Jonathan and Laurie are on Zoom, or Jonathan by phone, Laurie by Zoom, so. Jonathan had made a motion to approve the budget, wasn't seconded. They wanted to wait till you got here. and
Okay.
You're here now, so.
But this,
I don't know if it was discussed, Lori and I had a meeting with Scott relative to the payroll. And discussed the level of cost of living. And combined that with other factors and it looks like landed on what's proposed.
yep.
with an idea of maybe making some subtle changes going forward relative to, the way that we pay our employees and the way that we pay every time. But, other than that, as far as this budget's concerned, it seems good. And, other than that, I like the changes that are proposed on both the, revenue and expense side. And, I think that gets the number to a much more presentable number.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing we got outstanding right now is that Habitat for Humanity, really,
Right.
no other big unknown at this point.
And that's just signatures, but
That's the appropriation
Yeah.
increase request.
Right.
You know, I imagine they're out gathering and submit to NETA before the deadline.
Do you want to announce the bottom line before,
Can, I wouldn't-
we do have we still have a motion, right? It's just a motion. That's,
Yeah, it's just, hasn't been withdrawn or.
it hasn't been.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a motion. My understanding was that we were gonna discuss it and kind of finalize it here this evening, but not actually approve it until I.
That's correct. You're right. And we did this last year and then we changed it when we went.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
January 6th, at our January 6th meeting, we would formally approve it. So if you, I mean, tonight you can come to consensus that this
well, that's what I was thinking.
budget is fine the way it
Take an
is.
official action. It's not likely that we'll be doing anything between now and the next meeting, but if somebody comes up with a revelation or constituents, make suggestions, we could still consider it, before our next meeting. The numbers, they may have been adjusted in this new one.
Yours should say 1217 down the bottom.
On the grand total non-tax revenue, the numbers are correct, but the percent increase is way off. That's actually a 0.7% increase rather than a 10.93% increase on the non-tax revenues, which explains why even with a 3.38, oh no, excuse me. Well, actually, that number is about the same. On the, voted grand total with voted appropriations is a 3.38% increase in expenditures, total expenditures. But when we looked to the amount to be raised by taxes, it was 4.86%. And I'm going, wait a minute, if non-tax revenues are up 10%, how come that's going up by so much? And I went back and checked and it's not going up by 10%. So it's going up by less than what the expenses were raised, and therefore we have to collect more taxes. The amount to be raised by taxes is 4.86%.
And, you know, I think it's going to be important for us to mention this at leading up to town meeting too, that people need to understand we've taken the Manchester Community Library's appropriation and inserted it into the general fund budget. So before they go crazy.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the total expenditures, and I wasn't doing that, but if you look at the total expenditures before voted appropriations, it looks like it's up by a significant amount, which it is. But that's because the library got moved
Yeah,
into the.
325.
That's substantial. That's, you know, 350,000.
Yeah.
But the amount to be raised by taxes will be going up by 4.86%. When you prepare a budget that accommodates paying our employees what they're worth, and all the other escalating expenses that we have to assimilate, there's no way to keep taxes from rising. I mean, if we were to keep the amount to be raised by taxes constant over the years, that would mean that we're falling behind on what's normally the cost of living.
We'd have to reduce services.
Well,
Yeah.
we're also putting money into capital reserve funds that we haven't
Right.
done prior, so.
Yeah, we tapped, for instance, the option tax
Yeah,
account for a larger sum of money last year, which we're not doing this year.
right.
And we also applied part of the carryover on the fund balance.
Right.
Last year. We're not doing that this year and still keeping that number. So this to me looks like a number that is going to be easier next year to try to keep in line with than what we did last year. Last year, we artificially held down that amount to be raised by taxes by doing some one-time things that just postponed what we'd have to accommodate in this budget in years in the future. This one was more realistic.
And I think it's an easily understandable budget, you know, there's not a lot of capital expenditures out there. There's not a lot of, like you said, supporting the numbers with other funds. Pretty straightforward.
And hopefully those other funds will continue to grow, especially the local option, the taxpayer relief fund that we're not taking into account,
I think.
which then becomes available.
By what?
For something else down the road. Something.
Right.
The cost of living average approximately 3% a year.
Yeah, pretty.
So
pretty darn
you're
close.
within a point or 1.8.
We're built in 5%, we're built in 5%, but basically, you know, there was two huge impacts. One was the new union contract with the police and dispatch. And then the supporting non-union management agreement with the other three. So that raised it substantially. And then our level of payments, I've actually pulled some numbers and I'll pass that out for you from other towns. It puts us, you know, we're right in various towns, we're right in the middle. We're not an offshoot anywhere. So, you know, pass that down to you. So, I mean, we're in good position, but I think it's important to keep our staff, you know, on the same incline as the unions. Because, you know, we're offering substantial benefits to them through the union negotiations.
And having been part of that process,
Thank you.
that was like, I felt like we were behind going into it. And really, we're just playing a little bit of catch up.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult with the police right now. I mean, you read the headlines every day and the towns are short-staffed. They can't fill their police numbers. So we were actually blessed to have that union contract done for 3 years.
I agree.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, so we know exactly what our costs are gonna be there. And we're up to a full complement of,
We are, which takes the load off of some of them. Yeah.
I mean, if it means less overtime, probably.
In actual dollars, sure. Yeah. But also the stress level, I think, is reduced from that too. You know, instead of working overtime, extra hours, late shifts, they don't normally have to carry. I think it's more helpful mental health that way too.
I don't know, you couldn't put your finger on a number, but the cost of retention versus the cost of maintaining an appropriate level of salary level and others is, I think that's been proven
Yeah.
to be.
That's a very valid point. You know, Jeff Williams says it takes him 2 years just to get somebody up on DPW that they can run effectively.
Yeah.
Yes, that is true. Very expensive to hire new people.
It pays to pay,
It does.
I think.
I think we talked about doing some, you know, comps. I know Scott that might be what he's passed out.
This is-
And just kind of getting ahead of that for the future, you know, is something Scott said he's interested in doing going forward. Just putting together some comps and, you know, really that's how we work at the Vermont Country Store. Each person kind of knows what a position pays, the range that it pays in, so that it kind of, you know, helps people obviously just is more clear and transparent about their positions and what their next moves might be if they want to continue to grow within the town office into different roles. And I just,
Laurie
think-
had. Sorry, go ahead.
sorry. Yeah, I mean, I just think that that'll be a great thing that we can all work on for the future, just. And plus it's to put a cap on some positions. And that's something that we haven't really played with a lot here at the town office. So I think it's just something to look into for the future.
Yeah, we talked about that in Friday's meeting, so we'll look into that more as we get into the year. The idea being, you know, you have a salary range for each particular job. And at some point, if you're a longtime worker, you just get the COLA benefits changed each year and a 5% or a 3% or 2 or 1. Eventually you're going to reach the ceiling, or there should be a ceiling. Otherwise you keep going up and up and up, and the salary range doesn't mean anything because you've gone beyond that.
Yeah.
So that's one thing we'll look at during the year before next year's budget.
And that, yeah, that'd be interesting to see in your comparative analysis with other towns, whether or not any of those are doing it.
Right. And if any board member ever wants to see some of that stuff, we get it annually from the Vermont League of Cities and Towns. It's a pretty substantial write-up. Talks about what select board members make too. Volunteers, stipend.
Pass that along. I've
Apparently.
advocated for years for a raise, but
Apparently that's been hidden
it's-
from us.
it's frowned upon.
It's all
So
there.
I will withdraw my motion simply because I thought the decision of whether we were going to potentially approve or not. But I
Yeah,
did
thank
want
you
to
for-
say if we could, just because some of us out there in phone land what's the total invested amount right now in the Schwab accounts? No, we have the paper, but I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah, thank you. So the motion's been withdrawn. Actually, it would just kind of fail for lack of a second, because I understand it was not seconded. But I think we're all kind of in agreement that if we can just come to consensus on the budget as it exists right now, but leave the door open until our next meeting, just in case. But the idea is to probably rubber stamp it.
Did Jonathan, did you have a question on that Schwab balances?
No, I just wanted to restate it verbally because I don't have it in front of me right now.
Okay.
Was
Okay.
it 5.6 or 5.5?
Yeah, it's 5,995,000.
Thank you, Scott.
Okay.
Did you use this report, Scott, when you pulled your?
Yes, yeah.
The, I don't know that, I mean, we just announced it, but I think it's a pretty exciting development, the 75-25 split on the local option tax. And I think an assertion was made that we could retain all of our fees at one point last year. I think we pretty much dispelled with that notion. Is that right?
Of course, they collect it and reimburse us.
Yeah.
Could potentially get more though.
We could. I mean, I'm hoping the LOT stays fairly stable, and it's a good source of funds and helps reduce tax.
Good looking research.
I'm gonna have to bring this up electronically so I can hit the find button. Oh, look, there it is.
Okay, so that was really our only agenda item other than other business and possible executive session, which is not needed that I'm aware of.
Right.
Other business items.
So we're meeting on the 6th. Good.
January 6th, the next meeting.
Opportunity, January 6th, if they have any questions or input.
And
I
please
just had one.
look at it and let us know.
I had just a quick question about the town meeting and the voted appropriations. I know we talked about this last year, but obviously there's quite a few voted appropriations, and attendance by those who are seeking funds is, maybe 30, 40%. Have we thought about, or would we potentially consider that if there is a voted appropriation, that we strongly encourage or require either some sort of communication from them or in person, so that, because right now, from what I understand, is that on the voted appropriations, if I think last year we would just add people to the voted appropriations that were continuously requesting funds, and sometimes they don't even show up. I just want to know if we had any plans on that.
Are we legally?
I don't think legally, and Anita can correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think we can legally require them to be there. They have to gather the petition, the signatures.
We do require financial records, numbers for our town report. And honestly, when people present, a lot of the stuff is just, you can read it in the town report. It's, yeah, I think, this town has been very generous with the voted appropriations. There was a time when it was proposed that if nobody came to present, that we deny the request. That failed. But I would like to see people come and speak to it. Yes, Anita.
When I reach out to the social service agencies, I do encourage them to attend town meeting. I am reaching out to them. I only have one social service agency that has not submitted their level funded request or let Scott or myself know that they will be requesting an increase. I'm happy to send out the email saying, hey, this was discussed at a select board meeting. Please, we highly recommend you show up, at least one person from your entity. Unfortunately, there's nothing in statute that says that they have to show up. They can still request. If you're interested in me making that outreach again, I'm happy to do that.
I mean, for a lot of the smaller towns that vote everything on the floor and that people are comfortable disagreeing with each other. I think it would be really important that somebody show up to explain why they're asking for those funds. It seems like things breeze through a little bit easier at ours, but still think it's a good idea.
I'll put that in the minutes, and Anita will remind them to strongly encourage them to show up.
Thank you, Anita.
Yeah, thank you, John. Any other business? So you're running the meeting.
I'm not reading. I handed it back to you.
Okay, thank you. Is there any other business? Hearing none. Lori, would you like to do the honors?
I would like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye. We are
Aye.
adjourned.
Aye.
Next meeting, January 6th, 7 o'clock here.
All righty.
Great, thanks. Have a good night.
Sorry with you, Anita.
Sorry, when you get well, we've got a couple minutes.
Okay.
You found it?
No, I'm making it.
Okay.
People are collecting, so.
Are you open? Is the office open on Wednesday morning
Till noon. Yeah, morning. Yeah,
till noon?
yeah.
Okay, if I'm back in town before then, I will stop by.
Okay, no rush. I just wanted to get it done.
Okay, no problem.
Oh, I have something for you to speak.
Thank you.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right, thanks. Have a good night.
Hot
Hey.
for you. Oh, thank you.
Was